The service is terrible back here. Good morning. I think my service is just terrible behind this barn. I think that's what the problem is. Morning. Now listen, I don't have all day to sit around here and bullshit today, okay? So like it's y'all's fault. Oh shit. I forgot the damn microphone. Well, can't have everything. I wasn't gonna go live, but I'm waiting on the service guy for my tractor. And I thought, well, hell, why not? Watch Rowdy have a little breakfast. I'm interested in why all the different breeds. I am interested in all the different breeds. Um, um, well, that's just kind of how small farm do it. We don't do a specific anything. I mean, when you get to the giant ranches, where they do all black Angus, I mean, black one is the same breed as that red one. That red one is the same breed as Rufus. The only actually, this one right here is the same breed as Rufus and Rhonda. The really only cross here is um, the Brahman is the only real true cross here in the Hereford. So pretty much everything here is a Brahman Hereford cross. A little bit of Angus. I don't know why she's all black. She should be black and white, like Rosie. Redford is a Brahman and a Hereford cross, so that's his cross too. This one here, the really only other breed here would be the Brahman. We bought a cow. She belonged to a farmer, um, wife that raised her, and she didn't have the best feet. Her feet are broken down some from over the years because she was on a real rough piece of property. So that's the reason why we got her. Brian, Brent, what's going on with your tractor? Oh man, I broke a hydraulic line off the underneath. I know it sounds real simple. Just broke a hydraulic line. Well, I broke it off the back and it goes all the way up underneath, crosses over. It's a steel line, goes over top of the motor and then behind all the exhaust. So I had to pull the whole side off the tractor to get to the other end. Yeah. Yeah. Rufus been walking great. I mean, he might start limping today. You never know about him, but he's been walking great. Matter of fact, he was the first one up here today. Was it Rufus's fault? No, I actually hit a big piece of sandstone and it flew underneath the tractor and sheared off the hydraulic line. I guess I really don't know how the hell it happened, but it broke it regardless. I've just touched him a little bit after they eat, then I pet him some. You know, one day taken apart for a 5 minute. Yeah, it's literally 5 minute fix. And they ordered the wrong hydraulic line, so it took 2 or 3 days to get it. Then when they got it, it was the wrong one. So they overnighted it. It's supposed to be here this morning. So we'll see. Literally, it literally is the worst one I could have broke. Rammed her. Hello from Southern California. Hello. It's a rainy day here. It's a wet, rainy day. If you I don't know if I posted the video or not, but we watched them last night actually walk through the barn and then out the other side. I started the video when they came out the other side of the barn. I don't know if it'll let me show you or not, but um, when I got out of my truck, their tracks were right here. Anyways, they're on my last video. I may not have posted it. There's so many rules to different things, and if I make a video for one of the other platforms, it can't have any music. You have to use the music that's on the platform. It's I did. Okay, good. Yeah, the flies are buzzing around. They're not on anybody, really. Hopefully. What are you doing, baby? What are you doing, girl? What are you doing, girly pop? Mm, mm. Yeah, I don't know why they're being such weirdos. I meant to get live yesterday afternoon. Ended up coming a big thunderstorm yesterday, and are all the females still mean to Ruth? Um, Roxanne's mean to everybody besides her own kids. Um, they all pick a pecking order. You gotta, same with Rufus and the Bulls. Rufus wouldn't let Redford eat with him hardly, but there's a pecking order. And when they're all really hungry or whatever, I don't know why the hell they're hungry. They're all guts are hanging out, but yeah, it's just a dominance thing. It's the same way with anything. If you let somebody get away with something, they all want the feed. Hello, hey, I just got on live. Yeah, t-shirt, and I'm gonna have my hat on. So don't get something that doesn't match with all that. I don't know what that would be. I think a white t-shirt would probably be best. It's really not black, it's brownish. I don't know. I'm not wearing a white fucking t-shirt. Come on, bro. All y'all do is shop. I got 3 pairs of pants and 6 shirts. No, I don't want any new pants. No. Yep. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye. I love you. Oh, man. You give them one excuse to go shopping. I said, hey, can you guys get me a new pair of shoes when you're shopping today? Okay. I've got my brunt boots. I don't like them. I like the Timberlands. I look like a homeless person. Okay. Which I'm fine with. But like, you know, these are starting to leak. And I said, um, we're going to the rodeo tonight. So I said, get me a t-shirt that doesn't have stains on it. Any t-shirt. And it's become an ordeal. Do I even need a t-shirt? No. Do I even want a t-shirt? No. All I wanted was a pair of shoes, the exact same pair of shoes wear every day. Another pair of those, thank you. Which now has turned into colors and decisions and stuff. I bet y'all 25 bucks that whatever shirt she gets me, I'm not gonna like it. Where's your surplus Redford shirts? Oh, I think we sold all of them. I do have a couple though. I feel like I feel like it'd be kind of weird to wear a Rufus or Redford shirt to the rodeo for me. Like Amanda told me that wasn't cool to do, maybe because they're mine or something. I don't know. The Redford shirt is like a different material too. No way weird. Jim, little help the channel. How's Rufus Hoof? Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. His leg is doing good. I don't know what he did. Like I went back and watched the videos from like 2 months ago where he was jumping through the air, if y'all remember, and running. And then I came back and I saw another video where he had a little limp to him. Then I came back and he wasn't limping. So, and it's like, was is it like a stiff joint or do you sleep wrong on it or something? They're just like us. Um, what you doing, girl? What you doing, old girl? Girly pop, what are you doing? So I know I'm wearing my new hat tonight. It is summertime. It is felt hat, but it's okay. Her horns are getting bigger. She's beautiful. Said Redford and the Ranger yesterday afternoon. Yeah, Redford fixed. Oh yeah, it came a hellacious storm yesterday afternoon, and I came back and sat up here and waited for it to stop raining. Vicky, good morning. Was Rufus hook check for a stone? Um, no, um, it was not. The thing about Rufus's feet, um, it is not possible to lift his hoof up. He has to be sedated to a point. You going to the rodeo tonight? Oh yeah, you are. That's my neighbor. Um, it's not a simple deal to check Rufus's feet. It's a trailer ride to the vet, first getting him loaded, getting him to the vet, sedating him once you get him into the chute at the vet, um, and then picking him up. He has to be lifted up off the ground, laid on his side, and then they can trim his feet. It's a it's a risky. The whole thing's risky. So we gave him a little bit of time. There was no swelling, um, and Nate, these animals, they're made to recover from things. They when they get injured, unless it's something bad or gets an infection, it's just like me or you getting a big cut on us. You don't need antibiotics just because you get cut or you get something. So it's the same thing. Would I love to have everything here to just be able to pick him up and check his feet and do all that stuff anytime I wanted? Yep. It's just not realistic. And the thing with the Rufus is you better pick your poison with him because if you don't get him caught and he thinks that this whole little pin here is to catch him, he won't come back in for a long time. So if it's not an emergency, it's not worth trying to apprehend him. Oh, the steer moose wouldn't ram. Yeah, his idea with cuddling was letting you know until you're pinned. Man, yeah, had to bribe him with treats. That's how the whole Rubus thing took off. Shield with Peach 81. Brought treats to get him free. Think Rufus will ever mellow. Now Rufus actually has gotten worse um, through the years. So Rufus doesn't bluff. A lot of people thinks Rufus is bluffing. Um, I probably catch about a fraction of a percent of what goes on around here with me and Rufus, and I've had lots of crazy shit happen that I haven't caught on video. If you can imagine, a fraction of a percent is what I've actually caught on video of what's gone on that wasn't caught. Rufus does not bluff. If Rufus is coming at you, he's not going to stop coming at you. You're welcome. Yeah, they live for, Rufus being as big and heavy as it is. Um, it's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I've seen 35-year-old cows before. So you don't see something crazy. Look to see how long donkeys live. I think the oldest donkey was 70 or some shit. So some animals, horses and donkeys, they live a long, long life. Horses do too. Yeah, I've seen some cows that were old. They quit having calves. That was just farmers, that keep them. I guarantee you, pretty much every cattle farm you go to, especially if it's a herd 50 or less, or a farmer has one cow that he keeps at least that something happened to, or they had to raise, or they brought in during an ice storm or something, and that thing just stays there forever. Your donkey's 32. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They're one of the oldest donkeys is like 70, I think. I can't even remember. I looked it up the other day. Rufus is 6 years old. He just turned 6 years old. Well, Ruf, he doesn't appear to be limping. I've got some fly spray here, Ruf. I know you love it. I got this camera stand about 8 foot off the ground, looking up at it, trying to read it. So y'all can look at this fence. What are you doing, Bubba? Hmm? What are you doing, old bub? And when you touch him, like when you touch him right here, you see his head doesn't move. Like I'm pushing pretty hard. Nothing. It's like touching this right here. It's the weirdest thing when you touch him. You would think his head would bobble or move. It doesn't. Um, and his hair feels like a real shitty rug. Ruth, you got a fly right there, bub. See those flies right here? I don't know if y'all saw them. They're a little bitty one. When they come back, I'll show you. If they come back, that's a horn fly, and they actually do drink blood, and they're able to get right at the base of that horn where there's some skin. Hate those things. You can kind of see his horns look oily, but as his horn grows, there's like some new skin there. Wow. Oh my God. Look at Ruby's side. Can you tell where that calf is? Oh my God. Look at that. Wow. Ruby, the baby. I got a video of this. Oh my God. Look at that. There it goes. Y'all see it? I ain't never seen it protrude like that. Ruby, we got to think of a name for this thing. Ruby, your calf is sticking out of your side. Look at that. We're going to see it move big time here in just a second. I ain't never seen it stick out that far. Ruby, that looks like a head. I can see the head. Or the butt. Wow. I'm sure y'all could see that. Ruby, we may need to cut you back on sweet feed, girl. Your baby just did a cartwheel inside there. 9 months, just like a woman. Ruby, she goes, I know. I know it did. Oop, I missed something. Am I concerned about adult Roro hurt me? Nah, I'm gonna get hurt regardless, whichever one it is. It's just an everyday thing. Who's about taking me out more than anybody? Roxanne. Roxanne's about to kick my teeth out, about to kick my head off, about to kick me in the face, ran by me, knocked me down. She's the one that ran me out in the open and then let Rufus get to me. So, uh, Roxanne is the one. Man, that thing was sticking out of there though, wasn't it? Could y'all see it? I wasn't sure if I could get y'all to see that or not. I wanted to video it for Amanda because she never gets to see it. But that thing was jammed out there. I was trying to figure out what I was looking at. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video. It's a little concerning. It looked really big. But look, they're still feeding their trough. They act like they're hungry. You can kind of see that oiliness on him. Makes him look dirty, but that's that oil for the fly spray. So that's why you spray it on their back and it wicks all the way around down to their belly. But tons of rain and it washes it off. Do cows ever get C-sections? They do. It is not very common. You have to make the decision whether the calf's still alive or not. Most vets take them. Um, most of the time, by the time they get to that point, they have to take the calf apart and bring it out. Especially if it's if it's breached completely upside down backwards and everything like that. Having a calf is it's a miracle. Everything going right. It's just like us humans. There's a whole lot of shit got to go right, and there's a whole lot of shit can go wrong. Rufus, I thought he looked like he lost a little bit of weight. I went and bought some mineral for him because when the grass is super green with all the rain, um, he gets a little, he can flush a little bit. Doesn't give that long enough to stay in the stomach to digest right. Cause it to flush some. Grass goes through a lot of phases in the summertime too. With fertilizer too, the nutritional value is increased and decreased with heat, with dry, with wet. Just because grass is growing out there doesn't mean it has any nutritional value. So you have to add a little something to it to that's how we kind of supplement some grain and minerals so that he gets everything he's getting. Yeah, I don't really see him limping right now. He just trucking along, going over to smell rod in his ass. Yep. Ass sniffer. Roxanne, what are you doing, baby? To the bell. Thank you. He said, I went back and watched that live from yesterday. I actually was laughing about that. Sometimes I don't even hear the shit that comes out of my mouth. That was cracking me up. And I noticed also on my lives, I call everything by the wrong name. I don't know how y'all even know how to keep up. Like I called Ruth, Rhonda, Roxanne. I called like Roxanne. You got flies all over your face. You want me to spray you in the face? I don't really like to spray other face unless I have to, but there you go. Now they won't be on your face. They got to get away from this feed trough. The grain, where the grain is, the mill, that's where you get flies, and that's where all your flies come from. And there's actually a couple different salt blocks you can get that have a fly basically like a fly pest control additive. I don't feed my cows that. Usually feed it to them, then it's in the manure and it kills the flies out of the manure. But you can't tell me. I mean, this stuff absorbs into their skin already. Can't tell me it's real good for them to eat something like that. So, but I'll tell you what is not real good for them is getting ticks on them. We're very self conscious about that. What happened to the earth now? Yeah, you can give them sulfur and garlic blocks, and that helps with a lot with stuff. Garlic does a lot. Um, yeah, ticks suck. Ticks carry all kinds of shit too. And but by keeping these guys sprayed with this fly spray, um, it's basically it's basically an oil that kind of stays in their fur, and then it keeps everything off of them. But it also gets all the ticks on my property. So as they're walking around, the ticks get on them, get that stuff on them, and it kills them. And then the cows go everywhere, of course. So they, I don't have to spray my property because they pretty much pick up ticks. They die. I would go on the barn where we see Rufus, but yesterday when I did it, that's okay. That's pretty normal for us. I know 549,600 as of this morning. I've been waiting for it to flip over to 550,000. I think we only need like two or 300 people to subscribe and we'll be at 600,000. Somebody chewed my ass yesterday about that stack of lumber being there still. But those are 16-foot treated 2x6s. I need to put them down there when the guy comes to fix my tractor over there. Also, I was cracking up at my hand signals yesterday. That actually is pretty good. And when Rufus shit the camera, I get on some weird topics, but as I'm listening to me on the live, I witness what y'all have to witness while I'm comments trying to answer this, plus look at them explain things, and it was chaos, man. I'm gonna try to stick with one topic at a time. Amanda goes, "Hey, you said I got epidural, and then you stopped in the middle of the conversation yesterday. You went on to something else. Nobody fucking knew what you're even doing or talking about. What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." I said, "I was trying to talk about chemicals, and then you told everybody not to finish their antibiotics, and then you told people to save their antibiotics. What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to take care of these guys." She goes, "You literally said you make your own combiotic." I said, "I do." She'd have an argument from there. Yeah, it's real world problems. What would you talk about if you were out here? Is what I should have said. That's what I'll ask her next time. What would you talk about? Fingernails and shit or something? Roxanne's over there. She likes to put her head against that railing and push. She's always liked to do that. And I've been trying to figure out why she does that. She's done it for Rufus forever. And I'm wondering if she's doing it to relieve pressure from a headache or something like that. Like a spine deal or something, or it's just something that she likes to do, like a habit. I don't know if y'all can see her, but she's to that railing right there. Did I lose y'all? My chat disappeared. Mind your own. yesterday. He couldn't stop laughing. It was pretty funny. Rufus just fuck. Man, look at him. He looks pissed right now, and it pisses me off when he looks at me pissed off. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, we've been around each other so much now. When he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, this motherfucker is back out here again, gonna talk to this shit. I'd like to lay down somewhere. He's got a pile of 2x6s in here, shit everywhere. I'd like to sniff her butt from over here if I could." Looks at me like, "What's your problem? What's your problem?" You see him though? I can tell when he's gonna come over to me too. He's like, "Shit everywhere." Didn't care about his foot. I did care about your foot. I'm having you a trailer made, dickhead, that you probably won't wanna ride in, you probably won't like, and you probably end up won't ever needing it, but I'm gonna have one made just for you. I did get some really good comments yesterday. People were like, "You motivated me to get some shit done." And I was like, "I'm sorry." Yeah, I need to go over there. I stopped and spent some time with Redford this morning. Shit the barn again right there, man. That's the way to pick up a woman, Rufus. Shit right in her face. God, look at Rhonda. She even held her big ear out of the way. Sick bastard. Something's wrong with him. I've said that for years. You probably shit right there is why nobody wants to eat in that spot. Now you're gonna come back and eat in it. I bet that's what it is. Some shit splatter right there. Probably is. Yeah, I got a point. I think Redford what? Hey, I spent 2 weeks with Redford. Do you remember over there in that pen? Does everybody remember that? 2 weeks. And for the 2 weeks I spent with Redford making content, everybody said, "Where's Rufus?" So I spent a couple weeks down here, spent a couple weeks over there. Go back and watch the content. You'll find it. I came back yesterday. I was going to go live with him. Yeah, the gate hinges is fucked on this gate too. I just saw it a minute ago. Is it Friday? I know. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If I go over there, it's for Rufus. I go over here, it's for Redford. Big old Rubaloo. That's okay. Y'all are scatterbrained as I am. That's why we all get along on here. Have you ever seen Dog Man? I don't know what that is. What's up, dog? One of them things. Never make everyone out. Oh, I know. What was it you said? Figured you'd remind me of what? I do need reminding frequently. Have you ever seen Bigfoot? Um, the closest thing I could think of to an exotic animal, I saw a black panther in the edge of Missouri, by Anderson, Missouri, one time on the side of the interstate, and then I saw what did I see? Oh, I saw a wolf. Yes, we had a bear that lives right behind our house, actually. Believe it or not, I've got him on camera rusting his nuts in my corn pile, cooling them off in my deer corn pile. Anybody want to know that? I'm not kidding. I also got him setting up on his butt, eating like a human, or no, asleep, chin on his chest. Hang on, I'll see if I can find it. Hang on a second, like you're going anywhere. Bear. This is right behind my house. What? Howdy, bear. Let's see if I can find a picture of him resting on his chin. There he is on my corn pile. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I can't believe I found it. I'm not kidding. Who here thinks I'm kidding about him cooling his nuts on my corn pile? Anybody ever fucking doubts one of my stories? Ever doubt me? Right there. Got his nuts on my corn pile. Ever doubt anything I say? People don't believe anything I say, but the shit's real. Like, I can't make up a lot of shit that happens to me. I look on my camera and I see a fucking bear cooling his nuts off in my corn pile. And I go, "Hey, babe, there's a bear with his nuts in my corn pile." And she's like, "Okay." And I said, "Well, to me, that's weird, but I guess not." Y'all saw it. Hang on, let me see if I find the one with him sitting up asleep. He's sitting asleep against the tree in front of my camera. This was a different one. Um, there's a mama up there. She has cubs that she runs off. Here's one of the juveniles. Um, so apparently, black bear will run off the juvenile male. Um, they got to go kind of do their thing. You can see much smaller he is. So yeah, that's right. That's 50 yards behind my house. Told the man about that. Mm, mm. I know the one with them eating is there somewhere. I wanted to see it because I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't see it. I know it's here though. I just typed in bear on there. Um, did I miss something up there? Brent, you missed Rowdy jump on Ruby. Did he? Oh shit! I'll have to go back and rewind it. Her baby was protruding out of her rib cage. See, that's why I need a live feed down here, don't you think? As soon as I get my power down here, I'm gonna do a live feed and y'all can watch these assholes. God knows what you'll see. Somebody's gonna be texting me going, "Hey, they're out. Rufus is out." The house cost. Which part of it would you like to hear? We can talk about it. Um, the house as to right now with the shell, um, is mine and Amanda's entire life savings. And there's nothing on the inside done. Zero besides the inside plumbing. So right now, to get that house built, if you do all the dirt work yourself, minus the septic system was around $7,000 and the in slab plumbing was $5,000. So you got the septic and the in slab plumbing, and the well was $18,000. That's without the pump or anything. That's just the hole. Um, so I'm just going to throw the utilities at you here, minus, and this is not included in the house. So you got the septic seven, you got the in slab plumbing about five, you got the power line, which is 12, You got the well hole, which is 18 plus the pump, which is 12. I'm just going over the little stuff here because it adds up quick. Um, that's the power, the septic, and the water. And then the well um, for the hole was 18 plus the pump is another 11. Okay, so that's all that. So what is that? 10, 20, 30. It's about 60 grand, I think, something like that. And the shell to the house, the concrete, and because I did the dirt work, the dirt work for the concrete was 35,000, but I did it all myself. And then the fill was another like 3,000, and I did all that myself. So I did all that part. So if you just bought the concrete and the shell to the house, which and the windows, doors, garage door. So for the shell to the house, buttoned up with the 10-foot wide porch all the way around the front, the windows, doors installed. That was 18 windows, a 16-foot garage door, that big French door in the front, and I had to buy the French door and the sliding door, which was $2,000. So for those two doors was 2,000. You have to add on to this. So it was about 90 for the house was around $96,000. So you could say 100,000 for the house. That's what we got in it right now. I think that's right. I think it's pretty easy to say 100. Um, and then so that's what we had saved up to invest in it. And can you remember how many? Yeah, it's about 3,200. So then you get inside of it and you frame it and start doing all the shit that costs a lot of money. I think I can do the entire inside for 100,000. Um, so I'll have 200 in a. I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty easy to say it'd be worth a lot more than that. How much they cost? Well, that's what I just broke down for you. So just the shell is 100 grand if you do all the dirt work and if you do all the fill work, and it would have cost if you had the whole thing hired out in the location that I had. Location's key. If you don't have to have a lot of fill, and don't have to have a lot of dirt work. Um, you get away with 4 or 5 thousand dollars worth of pad, and if you do, you can get 30, 40 thousand dollars worth of dirt work. So we built that shell of the house, and now with it all dried in, we go inside, we frame all the walls, and then we start finishing it out inside. And you can do all that with, like that right there was the biggest single expense, and then all the utilities. Well, yeah, I mean, we're not counting the farm in this. So this and 50 acres and the house and the barn and driveways and roads and culverts and yeah. Well, it's just the way I did it, the way I where I bought the windows from, where I bought, So this has always been our plan to do this. Um, we've had this ready to do for a long time. But it's like we're able to get to this point right here with the house, but it's way far from being able to live in. You can't really live in it while you're cutting wood and framing and all that shit. So we always thought we would do this and then get a camper or something like that, and stay in a camper up there while we finished it. So we're kind of where we've always been headed. We sell our home and we'll have enough. equity to finish the inside of it out. But regardless, it's going to take 6 months or better to finish the inside of it out. So you're going to be living in something for 6 months. So it's kind of like, but we were able to put back enough to do all those utilities that we're talking about too. So that was another ish. So that's a big deal. There shouldn't be any other big giant expenses. Well, I know there won't be. So we'll do each one per month. I'll show you as it goes. We'll do the next step will be the framing and the power line. So we'll do the indoor framing and the power line, and we'll do the electrician and the well pump, has to run water and some electricity. And then we'll start on cabinets and sheetrock and all that good shit. Thank you. We're pretty excited about it. You're fine. I'm not doing a real super long live today. If they could talk, what do you think they'd be saying? I think I did a pretty good job with their personalities. See Roxanne holding her head against Rufus's belly. That's her favorite thing to do. Rufus is like, "Get your head off me, dude. I'm gonna lay down." I think Ruby's would be saying, "How much longer do I have?" Roxanne would be saying, "I'm starving. I'm starving." Rufus would be saying, "I'm gonna lay facing this fence, nobody get in front of me. And somebody give Roxanne something to eat so she'll leave me alone." Get back to work. Did somebody send something? I missed it. I did, didn't I? Nancy Avenger, Cookie Money. Can I babysit? I really wish there was a babysitter that could handle all these goober smooches. I just basically, when we go on vacation or something, which is rare, um, feel some wind. That feels good. Oh, what would I be saying? Bunch of random shit, probably. I can't get them to come up here when it's raining. Yesterday, during that giant lightning storm, they all were up here, and I was like, okay, cool. They're all going to be up here during the storm. Nope. The second the storm came in from that way, they all took off, went down there and started eating. They love to eat in the rain. I know that sounds crazy, but they love to eat in the rain. I don't know if the grass being wet is better. I don't understand it, but they love eating in the rain. I'm a good babysitter. I bet you would be. Y'all got a bunch of cows. I do eat in the tub. Cantaloupe. Oh, that was the other thing somebody was talking about. Are you even living your life if you're not eating cantaloupe in your bathtub? Wish I had a cow. Does it rain? Keep the flies off. Not the cow. When it starts raining, all the flies go to their belly and drive them nuts. If it rains hard enough, though, it does make the fly lay down. Are you ever going to put Ruby back with Redford? Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, she has to go back over there. The only reason she's on this side is because way more grass over here, and she's pregnant, so she can't get pregnant by Rufus. So I try to run them back and forth with their mama and their dad, and then back and forth as they go. So when she has, after she has her calf, within the next week or two, after she has her calf, she'll go back over there because I don't want Rufus. she'll be able to cycle back at 22 days. So we don't want a Rufus breeding her for sure. I don't know really, Stephanie. Um, I don't have a date. I have a window. It's kind of between July 15th and August 15th. Oh, she does. Are we doing an AI or are we doing with a bull? Sure. What was your question, Chuck? Oh, is this it up here? Can you answer my question before you? Was that your question? Yes, I can. You're welcome. Do your cows hate natural? Do your cows have natural lifespan? Not sure what that means exactly. Um, yeah, I guess that means they live until they get old enough to die. Yeah. Is that like a nice way of saying, do you eat your cows? Nope. These guys have all paid their way. They will, them and their offspring and their next offspring and their next offspring will always be here. Yeah, you never know. Cow, I mean, Rufus is really big. So he's probably at the earlier side of that, but he'll probably outlive me. That's the way I figure it. Get chickens. Got a rooster too. I heard roosters protecting. Man, I love my chickens, but the rooster, you're going to end up with a rooster anyways, unless you buy them grown. Even if you buy pullets from Tractor Supply, there's going to be a damn rooster in there somewhere, especially if they hurt you. Keep asking this. I'm sorry, hang on. Sorry to keep asking this, but what I was trying to figure out was what does concrete cost per square foot and labor and materials? So, okay, so I'll just give you a rough estimate. Um, it's going to depend on who you get to do it, first off. But a 40 by 40, um, just a 40 by 40 square right there. So you could do 40 by 40, 40 times 40 is your square footage. What is that? 4, 8. Oh, my back. Well, let me figure it up here. How did I do that? Divided by. It's about 18 bucks a square foot, I think. Let me make sure it's right. No, it's not right. Oh yeah, it's half of that. It's about $5 to $6 a square foot, something like that. So for a 40 by 40 is about 8,500 bucks. 4 inches thick. Um, Also depends on what PSI concrete you want. The best way to the best way to do these buildings is find one of these companies. Are going to get better deals. You can have somebody build these things, and they're going to get a better price and build it for you cheaper than you can do it yourself. Well, it's all included into the package, so um, it's better if you do the whole package. But of course, if you just need concrete, So because they built all this for me, I get a little bit better. I think I was figuring that on 6 inches thick or something. I don't know where I came with that first number. You're welcome. They all like to lay piled up together too. They've always, even before the barn, like to sleep in that spot. If you remember, that's where Big Boss laid down with them and everything. Where is my chat at? Man, Jason, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I love my chickens, but they cost me way more money than I ever make off anything off of them. So if you buy chickens to save money with eggs and fertilizer, you ain't. Unless you do it the old school way, where you just let them run like we did when I was a kid. You know, our chickens got a little bit of feed in the evening, and then they just run the farm. What kid inherits the cows? I don't know. I'll be dead anyway, so I'll have to figure it out. But my dad used to tell me, these are Paisley's cows. Yeah, the eggs is great, but the cost is there's treats for 'em and shit. Maybe it's just my wife, but yeah, we have a great group on here. Like, we really do. Like, everybody on here is cool. Like, I go to some people's chats, and there's so many different dickheads in there. Like, I do think I could get some cameras, maybe one here, one, like, right here somewhere, and then one out there facing down, and then cover this whole area. So, at least if I saw them down here, I could at least click it on. Then y'all could see Ralph jump on Ruby or whatever. Oh, man, I forgot to check my messages. What is going on here? Well, that's actually pretty good. Like, you wanna see it pile up on the ground? That's actually pretty decent. You wanna see that's a patty. You wanna see a patty. Um, oh, her belly size. I thought you meant her belly was upset. This stuff you gotta watch though, like, you much softer than that, um, you wanna keep an eye on. Rufus's shit falls from about 10 foot in the air, so, it hits like a bomb regardless. He's nasty, man. The guy's nasty. He's like a especially when you start getting him all fired up, like when you get him all riled up in the afternoons, man, he starts wagging his tail and shitting. It's like a helicopter prop getting stuck in a pile. It's not good. You ever seen a hippo poop underwater? Surprisingly, I have in person, and that's kind of what it's like. If you've not ever watched a hippo poop, go find one right now and watch it. Because if you can imagine a lawnmower having a that ran into the blades in the wide open with no shield. Yeah, we're trying to stay away from that. I like being a lazy bastard too. I feel like I have got nothing accomplished this week because my tractor's been broke. You know, I told man, I'm like, I don't even use my tractor that much. Literally, I need it every day. I need to finish drilling those holes. I need to finish setting those posts, stick this railing on there, and I'm done with this. I'll be done with this, then I can move on. And I need to get done with this too so that I can get up there. I need to get up there and start landscaping around that house so that that water breaks off without undermining my slab any. It's just like, oh, I hit a rock with the brush hog and it slung a rock underneath the tractor and sheared off a hydraulic line. Yeah, hydraulic line. Y'all see who's watching you the whole time over here? Always watching. Always watching. Did y'all see him? He's been standing there the whole time. You can't go on this place without Redford. Redford will be in your pocket. Yeah, you can see the hump on his back from right here, though, on the camera. Yeah, it's a steel hydraulic line, but it's where it's located. Like literally, one end of it's in a real easy to get to spot. That's why I got hit by the rock. The other end of it um, is pretty much on the bell housing behind all that exhaust emission standard, all that shit they put on there. And anyways, I'm gonna have them service it and everything while they're here. I need to have my clutch adjusted too. So isn't it like only John Deere? Because they lost that lawsuit. Actually, what's up with you? Thank you, Ernest. I don't know. I thought this morning, told me this morning, they ordered the wrong part, but it only got about another 20 minutes for it to still be morning. Actually, the first we acquired was Rufus. The second we acquired was Roxanne. It was 2 years later. My buddy called me and said we had a calf. Mama won't take him, and I don't know what to do with him. I'm time to mess with him. If you want him, come get him. And we had to tie his mama up in the corral, tie her legs up so that he could nurse. Um, one thing about calves with cows is I don't care what anybody says. If they do not get the colostrum, me and Amanda talked about this last night. I said one thing about cows: if they don't get the colostrum when they're born in the first 2 days, there's about an 80% chance they will not live. Like that's just reality. Like if the mama dies during birth, man, it's almost impossible to keep them alive. Um, if you know somebody with a dairy, they keep bottles of colostrum frozen, and you can go get one thawed out and give them to that, and that usually will pick you back up to about a 90% success. Um, but we had to tie her up. She's a crazy bitch. Imagine that. Imagine that. She tried to stomp him to death and everything else. Had to tie her feet so she'd nurse him. So we had to do that for 2 days, and he still was stunted. What order? Rufus, Roxanne, Redford, Rosie, Ralph. I can't remember if we got, yeah, Rufus, Roxanne, Redford, Rosie, Ralph. Yeah, I think so, actually. We're missing somebody there, though, aren't we? Rhonda, Ruth. No, I think you're right. Real rowdy. Yep, I think you're right. That's what I would guess. Yeah, his mom was crazy, 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 crazy. She actually looked just exactly identical to Rufus because she was the Hereford. The bull, his dad, was the um, Brahmin. So when you crossed a purebred Hereford and a purebred, you get that tiger stripe. So the mama looked like Rufus, the daddy looked like Rhonda, but purebred. That's where he come out with the tiger stripe. Yeah, no shit's where the crazy comes from. 100,000%. You know, if you go back and watch his videos, he was super cool, super calm. He just followed Paisley around everywhere. And then, um, and then he stuck to Roxanne. Like he just stayed with Roxanne everywhere. And she would just butt him, try to make him go on. And then he just stuck to her. Like I've got bunches of pictures of everywhere Roxanne was. Redford was just tiny. You know, he was little bitty laying by her. So then Roxanne stopped butting him and stuff and let him stay around. Redford. I don't know what we're gonna name Ruby's baby, actually. God, I hope it's a heifer though. I don't know what we're gonna do. I wanted Rambo, but Ruger's a good one. How do you know who has seniority? Oh, they'll show you. Just stay around them for a minute. That's what happened with the bulls. Is that what happens with a satellite bull? Is what Redford would be considered in with Rufus. Is he circles around the whole time. And what happens is if you don't have enough cows, if we had 25 cows in here and had Rufus and Redford, there'd be no problem. They could be in here. They might get in a little scrap here and there, but they'd have enough cows to keep them busy. But because we don't, Redford satellites around Rufus, and then when Rufus gets up on a cow's back, Redford will try to knock him off. He sneaks in and he'll ram him. And what happens when that happens, and this is what a lot of farmers think, is that a big bull will break a cow's back and their feet. And this is a big mistake. It's not that. It's a great big bull is dominant and he does all the breeding. So when he's doing all the breeding, he keeps the other bulls back no matter how big they are. But when he gets up on a cow's back to breed her, those satellite bulls will ram him and they will break the cow's legs, hips, shoulders, spine, everything. Because if he's already on there mounted her, and then Redford comes in to knock him off, he's holding on with his front feet. The cow ends up gets rode into the ground, and a lot of people, a lot of people, um, think that a big bull is the problem. It's really not. The problem is when you have one giant bull, is he's dominant over everybody. So anytime a cow comes in, he's going to be the one that breeds her. Well, even if you have two bulls, one big one, one little one, that older bull, bigger bull always has the upper hand. So that's what you don't want. You want if Rufus and Redford were the same size, we could probably put them back together. But because Rufus is so much bigger, he's able to just manhandle him and just that's where Rufus gets hurt. If they can both stand out there head to head and push each other back and forth, like they'll do it for days. I don't know if anybody's ever witnessed this, but two bulls the same size will stand out there and fight, push each other back and forth. If they're the same size and same weight and the same build, they don't really do a whole lot until one gets tired, want to run off. But when you get one so big he just can run off with the other one, is when they end up both getting hurt. Remy, my friend's baby's name Remy. Roro. Yeah, I think Roro's going to be a giant cow. Like I think she's going to be a great big cow. No, I paid for everybody. Roxanne I can't remember paying for her, but a replacement cow at a dairy is what she is. She would've been a replacement cow. They don't sell them. There's really not a price tag. They're really valuable, for the farm, for offspring and for milk. That's why she has such a big udder. So, like, for a replacement dairy cow, um, they're back when cattle were cheap, they were 1,500, maybe $2,000, which a good cow back then was only maybe 2 or $300 for a decent cow. So, like, I know I didn't pay whatever she was worth. We could say that. Who ends up with the girl first? Whoever the dominant one is, whoever the big one is, but that's usually the one that gets hurt or gets the cow hurt. Roxanne is Angus crossed, um, with Holstein. Cows get up. Cows have to get up. They have to move. Horses have to continuously move pretty much. That's why you never see them really lay down for long. These animals, their gut has to keep moving. They can't lay down. Horses, especially. That's why when a horse breaks its leg, it's another reason why it's pretty much game over. Not only is their bones like really hard like glass, but they can't lay down. Like you can't make them be stationary. They have to keep moving for blood circulate for everything. So it's just bad. Cows' legs, their bones are as oak. Like they are tough, tough. Yeah, Rosie's definitely pregnant. I I can't have anything small unless I keep them separate. Otherwise, Rufus, you understand, like Rufus is gonna if something's in heat, he is going to breed that son of a bitch no matter what size it is. And he'll pin a cow. If you got a little cow in there with him, he'd pin it down to the ground with his chin and crush them like a beer can. Like, and honestly, that's a pretty good interpretation of what it would be, or that's the right word. But he would put his chin on top of their back and he would shove down to lift himself up and he would just crush them. So we're doing like a we're doing a juggling act right now with the cows. Like we send one over on this side that's pregnant. So and the more cows, you see all of them stay around Rufus. He's the more you can keep around him, the more likely he's not trying to rip the fence down and go breed my neighbor's cows. So big reason number one why I try to keep him surrounded is so he doesn't get bored. Is what happens. He gets bored. So even if they're pregnant, I keep them around him so he has a butt sniff. That sounds weird, but we haven't had him get out in a long time. They're actually on a little hump right there that's dry. They actually prefer to lay on dirt than wet grass. It rained, and they won't lay in the grass hardly at all. They won't lay in here. They got all this dry area here to lay in. They don't like being. Um, they really don't like being indoors. Honestly, I think this winter when it's snowing, I'll be able to put hay down in here, and they'll come in here at least to get out of the wind and the snow. Hopefully, Dursa's nice and cool, and Rubus picked that little mound right there because that's the first dry spot. This water here is going looks like mud, but it's not. That shell's also warm. Ruby's about to pass out. Yeah, I can only see a couple comments. Thank you. I missed somebody. Dirty Buzzer, thank you. What did I miss? You lazy bastards again. Rant. Did I miss a comment or something? Gotta do what you gotta do. How does Ruth know to stay clear of Roxanne? It's Yep. Oh, Roxanne, if you we get our sound going, I'm gonna have the next call with the trailer people today, about where that center gate's going, and then they're getting back to me about, possibly, working with them to promote their trailers, but it didn't sound like they wanna do anything like that, so that would've been cool if they'd knocked off a little bit and said their name, their business, and all that good stuff, but it didn't look like it. What was this? Oh, Roxanne makes a sound with her nose when she breathes, and you can hear it the second she makes it. And it's also called gaze. There's a gaze. Animals have it and humans have it. So, when you think somebody's looking at you have a natural instinct to know when eyes are, how you catch people looking at you? Um, I think because once their head, and I've got to where I really pay attention to it now with Rufus and all of them, is when their head swings and is pointed directly at me. Um, they have locked up on you. Humans have it too. I don't know. You have to look it up. It's called the gaze something. Gaze, with your eyes gazing out into a field. They can look it up. You can too. Well, if you actually pick up on this stuff without even um, knowing, like I'll go through my day and I'll be like, why did I just turn that way? Why did I turn this way? Why did I go that way? Why did I go do that? Why did I do this? And my body and my eyes are always watching which way I need to go. And that's why when I watch Amanda on video, I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna make it. You better be glad they love you, or I'm with you because you ain't gonna make it out here. Like you don't turn out in the open, you turn towards something. But I had to learn that. Yeah, that real sick feeling that you get, when you're about to get hurt for, everything kind of slows down. When you get that a few times, you start learning, if you live. If you don't live, you don't fucking learn anything 'cause you're dead. But, you know, well, I did some research on that gaze thing where you can tell there's eyes looking at you. It goes all the way back, ancestors, Neanderthal. Um, why for YouTube money, would it be cheaper to build another building for Redford side? Um, I don't know yet. Until all these guys get out of here, uh, all the construction guys, and I can trust that Redford's not going to get out and try to kill everybody. Um, and that's, as of today, we're done with everybody. So there should be nobody. It's been freaking me out with people coming in and out of my place. Well, no, I want to run the fence anyways. I'm going to build a fence through there anyways, regardless. I'm just, as soon as the power line goes in, then Redford gets a permanent fence. And then from the permanent fence, his gate will come and allow him to come down the road. So, regardless to whatever that is, there'll be a fence there for a couple reasons. I don't want all them dickheads up there rubbing on my truck in the one morning when I wake up. Which bull is Randy? Rowdy, that brown one right there. Yeah, Stacy. It's not too. It's actually like mid 70s here. I just put some drinks on ice over here, and I'm gonna sit out here and wait. I'm gonna this repair job on this tractor is going to be an expensive. They're 185 bucks an hour, so that's going to be a good one. Everything costs money. I have to start figuring out whether or not I want to go back to work, do this full time. 86 humidity. I don't know what the humidity is here, but it's crazy. What was the question, Nikki? Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. My work is travel, so no, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I still got another month or so though. Yeah, she needs to do a live. What's she been doing anyways? Yeah. The babies always love to be around her because if you notice, both babies are right in his face, Roro and Rowdy. Yeah, you can ask a personal question, unless it's like wiener size or something like that. And I bet you that actually what I shouldn't have said. And also, um, I bet that's going to make your question less personal. You at work now with us, Barbara? I know. Wait, what was the question? I you have to tell us. Do you make more doing social media or at your old job? Oh, for sure, my old job. I do miss my old job, if that's weird. I don't miss it enough to want to go back to it, but I do miss the busyness, all my all my people. Shit. My dad would say, what would he say? You'd only have a foot if you measured it like a cat's tail, like from your butthole out. And I don't know what that meant exactly, but I do now. I know it was going to go there. I knew it was going to start getting weird on here. That's why I said I'd going to get off at an hour. Now here we are, 83 minutes deep, and we're talking about measuring from the butthole out. Every guy on here knew what that meant too. Never run the tape measure on the top, always on the bottom. Anyways, yep, Ruby's about due. Everybody's getting closer. Explain. It's self-explanatory. You can hide a lot of that tape measure on the bottom. You know how a cat's tail is right by their hind end? Don't make me break this down. Jason's rolling right now. Hey, get that tape measure on the bottom. Reads better. Don't do it, bro. You go past that. Go past the taint. I'm sorry, Kara. I didn't start this deal. Did I? Oh, please don't break her. Julie's like, oh God. Who here's at work right now, staring at a computer monitor and listening and looking around to see if anybody else can hear? Does anybody ever panic that somebody else can hear what you're listening to? I used to do that on airplanes. Anybody else like look around, see if anybody else is staring at them right now? Like, can you hear what I'm listening to? Tracy's like, work from home at work, headphone, raising hand. Anyways, this will probably be our last live. We keep this up. Wait, what did it say? I can see it. Picturing it. Oh, fuck them. Ah, Stacy, I appreciate that. Stacy, thank you. Did we get cut off? No, we're still on here. I work from home, thank God. I'm retired now. No, Stacy, you're not. You're not dragging me into that. You're not sucking me into that one. You hear me? I'm not getting yanked in there. I prefer to stay out. Still trying to suck me in. I see. I'm not falling for it. This is where should we start getting in the weirdness. I travel and do building inspections and property inspections for housing, mainly student housing. I know. Stay strong. Don't let the demons in. I feel like I did start that. I I feel like I doctored that up as cleanly as I possibly could have, though. Shh, don't be telling everybody our business, Mike. I used to really enjoy traveling. Um, I used to go bullshit people. I did start it. Well, I don't even remember how that started. Somebody's gonna go back and rewatch it. Did y'all know you could rewind this thing too? It's dirty bastards now. Almost took a job, a low income housing inspector. Yeah, I did student high rise and mid rise. Just got home from a nice 8 and was like Gloria basically asked if she could ask you a personal question. Oh yeah, what was the personal question? What was the personal question? Did I answer it? Stacey, what was your question? La 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 la. I work from 73. Pursue. Yes. I think sometimes also what's confusing me is people are watching this behind. Wait, did I see it? How much you made? Oh, which one I made more off of this or working? Working. I had insurance and all the bells and whistles and free flyer miles, free hotel stays, free everything, free meals. I had to buy lunch now. The first time in years I've not had a company credit card. Did I? Okay, good. There's a lot of potential in this though. Like today could be the day we get a sponsor. But after this fucking live and all the conversations that y'all pull me into, get me jerked in there, jerk me around, and then nobody sponsor us because of all the language errors. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, let's go watch this live. And I'm like, okay. Well, Brent's measuring his taint on here and shit. So then that is the reason we don't have sponsors. So, anyways, measuring tape. Nah, man, people, we're real. So what was that? Sure, sure. Little Debbie sells itself. Nobody needs ads that are actually a decent company. Like everybody I've talked to, It is y'all's fault, baby girl, yeah. Hot tub sponsorship. I blame Rufus. There was 7 red calves in that field. Sure blame us lazy bastards. Well, Stacy's the one talking dirty. I can't remember the quote you said about the cat. Um, my dad used to say it perfectly. I walk in and blame Rufus. Don't worry, we were just talking about measuring a cat's tail from the butthole out. It's how most guys measure their stuff. No, nobody really sponsors anything anymore. Like, you guys ever get to see me with like, you know, like a brand out here in front of us or something, then you'll know we've made it. You're surprised. Hell, I don't ever see them at the barn. I've never see them up here unless I feed them up here. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nah, it's too late for that. They're gonna take us as is. We're fine. We're ourselves. This is the real deal. Yeah, Dirty Buzzard's got faith in us. I'm gonna join next week when I get paid. Well, I gotta do something because there's like 75 of us now that are members. It's like gonna be like herding cats. Speaking of cats, though, trying to get just the maybe I'll try one tomorrow. We'll just see who all gets on here. Members only. I will try members only live one day. Man, it's really here's the game changer with social media. Okay. And it's a bad this is kind of a rough world out there, but when you add animals um into the equation, the dynamics of everything you do, say, and your actions all changes. Um, if that makes sense. If it was me out here with another human, me and Jason, we get in a fist fight right here and roll around in the mud, fine. But if I bump into her, if the ranger is running and I bump into her while she's standing behind me or something, out of there. Now I could back into Jason's forehead at 40 miles an hour, probably get some good views and everybody'd like it. But no, it's we have a membership on here now. Right. Um, so you can be a member if you want to be a member. People were requesting that. And I'm not trying to isolate anybody or alienate anybody, but there's enough people on there now. I feel responsible for um, giving them their fucking Big Mac worth. Um, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? The membership is as much as a Big Mac. We decided because I screwed it up, but I feel like now that there's getting close to 100 people on there, we'll do something. Obviously, I'm not going to change it about anything I do. Listen, Kara, you don't have to worry about it. Only people that want to join as a member are joining as a member. I'm still going to be doing the same lives content. You're still going to be seeing everything the same. Don't think you have to buy a membership, but I am gonna do a member only live occasionally so that everybody gets their money's worth. It might be neat too. Um, we might all get like maybe my feed will be easier to read and we can actually have some. I don't know. I don't know. I have to use every little one thing about it is on these platforms, you need to use everything that they give you to use, which is tools. Now, obviously, I'm just using it and you just join if you want to, but everything you do when you use the tools gains you on the platform. It won't matter of how they push your content out, um, things. So that's why I have posts now and videos now and shorts now and lives now. And I'm trying to do everything they have to be successful, if that makes sense. Now, I would never try to do a members only um, page because a lot of people use this content to make it through their freaking week, and I don't know really why, but um, so that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, the members only live should be cool. Yeah, we do have a great community, man. I really think so. Um, I know I don't know how it works on it. I don't even know where I even see like membership bills or any of that stuff yet. Like, I don't want anybody to ever think that I am smarter than I am, okay? Never think that I know what's going on fully. I am pretty smart though. I always tell people that. I'm like, don't ever think like if you're riding with me and I'm not touching the brake pedal, we're going 70 towards something, don't ever think that I see it. Right. Thank you. Lisa, thank you. You need a media manager. Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about a snake in the grass. I tried some of them. They will fuck you over so fast and they will you here's the thing, it's such a rare me and Amanda were talking about this last night. You won't find anybody that spends as much time talking to everybody and going through everything like we do and like going live and trying to answer questions and actually we're in the weeds with everybody. You know what I mean? Like we built this thing. It's our baby and we like being able to do all of this. I don't know where I was going with that, but you know what I mean? Like the social media managers, all they want is a percentage of what you make. And they don't know. I know more than they know, if that makes sense. Now, if you got a big one that runs like somebody big's content, that's a different deal. But I have learned by trial and error and getting screwed and not getting screwed and setting stuff up. I have learned from the bottom up. I've screwed up being the big boss. We figure it out as we go and get Hagen to manage. Less humorous, not worth it too much. It's great on it. The community on here is great. I feel bad about TikTok not being back on there live some. I need to do that some more. That's where we started at. Um, it just is absolutely run off creators that just want to create content, provide content. So it wants you to battle. It wants you to make money for the platform. And I'm not about that stuff. I just decided that's not me. You know, that battle stuff, the platform takes 50% of that, and it's just a hybrid panhandling. You know, some people need it, some people need it, and that's fine. I don't. Nothing against it. That's what it is. You know, I feel like one of the safest platforms definitely is YouTube, um, by far, and I feel like that, TikTok is probably the second. Um, I feel like they do not take care of their creators. They make it very hard to get verified, almost impossible, so that you can't have a celebrity status and then not let people duplicate your content because they want people to duplicate your content, which means more views to the page without them paying me um, for the content. So that's how that works. It's a older audience on YouTube. The audience is older, um, not by a lot, but when you're talking 500,000 people, I do find myself on all the platforms now, and I pretty much only watch stuff that I try to see how they're filming it, what's going on, what their views are, why people watch their content, how they watch their content. I know that sounds weird. What music people are using, what they're not using. I try to make, I've come a long ways. And thanks, Brent, for sharing your farm animals. You know how many people tell me things on here? Like, that's why I'm on here. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, I get so many thank yous throughout the day, and I have my notifications on here. So whenever y'all send me something, it comes through. And a long, long way. And it wasn't a one hit wonder. People get one TikTok or one video to go viral and they gain, 150,000 followers and I think they made it. But it takes a lot of content. It takes a lot of content. It takes a lots of videos. Yeah, I know. Nobody gets offended on here. I don't know where Ross is at. I just hit me that we're missing him today. But we'll worry about him later. He may show up. I do. I do 2 weeks with Redford. I do 2 weeks with Rufus. If I'm with Redford, you're gonna ask me where Rufus is, though. I like our lives on here better. I do too. And the one thing about the lives on there is always somebody interrupting, trying to battle you, trying to do this, trying to do that. Brent, can you go to the other side of the gate? Can see the babies better. Maybe I started to a couple times, but yesterday my phone, when I walked through here, it died on us. So if it dies, oop, look at my house up there. Let's see if we make it. Check it out. Please don't do stupid music. Well, check it out. Well, okay, so the way it works, don't give your creators a thumbs down. But how it works is you have to use lots of these things. You have to use some music on some content. You have to use natural sound on content. You have to use you talking on content. You have to use these things, or it kind of pulls you out, and it'll get you into a routine. And that's for people that don't have a variety of content. So you got to remember, we have to continuously be mixing it up. Or look, that's how many guards had to come off. Yeah, that's how much shit had to come off. Uh, the hydraulic line is right there. Can y'all still see? This one right here goes around down all the way back there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. What do y'all think of that house, though? Now, listen, I know it looks like it's done. It's not. I know it looks like it's done. It's not. Look at that. Not too shabby though, huh? Nah, still broke from last time. Oop, how'd y'all get pointed up there? She did pick out the colors. That's right. Yeah, it's one of the newer John Deere's, so it's like ADHD kicked in. Well, I was gonna show you all the tractor all tore apart on the way through, and I was trying to keep walking, so I kept service. I do have ADHD. I think. I don't know for sure. It sounds really bad on here because there's so many questions coming through. Um, and I try to read them fast because I only have about 3 at a time. So I try to go to see if there's one. I think I need a bathroom first. Yeah, I agree. Can't wait to get my shirt. Lazy Bastard Fletch. Hey, we like the name. Can't wait to get my shirt. Straight out of Rufus. Rufus. Spirit animal. Damn. Thank you so much. Lazy bastard. Now there's a committed person right there to the lazy bastard. We were the dirty bastards earlier. We had to straighten up. Yeah, I know. I think yeah, he could be at my doorstep. That's why I said we're building a fence regardless. You folks ever try what is that? You folks ever try out those fly traps? Are they worth a damn? Um, um, yeah, not really. Oh, there's why the cows are still in here. That gate blew shut. He gave us up a number 287. That's awesome. It's gonna get so hot because it's been cool. My 14-year-old sitting with his front shirt. Oh yeah, the kids will steal your shirt, man. Oh, I get a shirt. Rufusthebull.com. You go there. I'm afraid to say it much. Somebody can type it. Ever seen UFO? Seem to be common. Oh, dude. I don't know why I called you dude, but study sleep. Actually I was right here live with my camera like this. And I don't know if y'all saw it on the news about a year ago. You know, this is a mountain behind me. I don't know if y'all can tell how steep it is, but it's pretty much straight up. I was standing here and it was in the fall and the leaves that came off, most of the leaves that came off. And it looked like a giant headlight shining this way, like a giant headlight way up there. And all of a sudden it came over the top of the trees. And it was that meteor that was burning up and it was green. It was changing colors like from it must have had iron or copper or something, whatever it was changing colors, but it turned my whole place was dark and my whole place lit up like daytime, but it was all green. And I was on live. I saved it. You can see it in my eyes. You can see the reflection because I'm looking at the camera like I am right now, and with my face in the screen like this, and in my eyes, I'm looking behind. I have the camera like this, but going that behind me. You can see the big green in my eyes, and then I flip the camera around, and you can see the meteor come down. Nobody gives a shit. I understand, but it was cool. It was cool. The wind blew that gate shut. Roxanne would just ram into it, open it up. I think I did post it. I don't it was definitely a meteor and it burned up. It was about a year ago. I think you were on there. I can't remember. Somebody was on there. It freaked me out. I thought the world was coming to an end. Like my entire property went from dark to daylight green and white. But you know, these phones pick up light different, so you can't really tell it as much. And then about right here over top of the cows, about right here somewhere, it was coming apart. It broke up into a bunch of pieces. God, camera just flipped over. I got too excited there. It was cool. I've never seen anything like that one. I was waiting for a boom, like a sonic boom or something. It didn't make any sound. Bruce Willis may have been riding that bitch in here. I still waiting for him to come back. We all know. I was live. I was cold sober, Mike. Otherwise, nobody ever believes anything that happens to me. Like, okay. So the bear cooled his nuts off in my corn pile. I had to show everybody that. And then the meteor, I'm gonna have to show everybody that too. Yeah. It's- it looked to me, guys, it looked to me like a giant because when I first saw it, it looked like a yellowish, hazy, extremely bright light that was like as bigger than the sun coming. And it all looked like it was coming through the trees. Like it looked like it was coming through those trees. Like there was a giant fucking light coming through those trees when it came over the top of the mountain. I mean, it was way the hell up in the air, like in the way up there. But when it was coming at that angle, it was like coming like that way, like this. And then it was way the hell up there. Y'all sick? About ready to puke yet? Are we moving the camera around? Every day I come home, I tell Amanda something cool like that. She's like, "Shh, here we fucking go again." I'm like, "Nope, I recorded it. I recorded the bear." We heard a big boom in the river the other day. Rufus is a human inside there. I don't know what asshole human it is, though. Rowdy is conked out. Look at Katonk. I love when the babies sleep around Rufus because he always looks angry about it. Like, oh, great. Bring the flies and the milk slobbers over here. Whoop. Yeah, no, if Rufus is like Rhonda, I go up to Rhonda right there, pick up all her feet. Oh, hell no. Not Rufus. Hell no. I gotta remember to go open that gate up, prop it back. Your uncle saw Bigfoot, handed him a beer and walked off. I don't doubt it. I'm gonna need some other stories to go with that to confirm. But if you got other stories with confirmed, like if you have a ridiculous story, you have to have other ridiculous stories that are confirmed. Like the bear cooling his nuts off in my corn pile. What was the other thing that happened to me? Um, meteor. I got it on video too. Um, something else. You can't have one weird thing happen and then confirm, and you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to believe that. But if you have confirmed several weird things and then you have something else weird happen, we'll we'll take it into consideration. We've all seen crazy shit before, man. Carrot nut, yeah. we'll consider it. But if you got one fucking story, we're out. Unless, like, it's a confirmed story with a video of Bigfoot is your only story. If aliens sucked you up in your ship, I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day. I've been back during that the FedEx driver that kidnapped that little girl. I was thinking if I could pick one thing I could do, if I could go back in time and I could just pick one thing I could do, I would go back to all those kids that have been abducted, and I would put myself right there at the same fucking time. If I could just continue to go back in time, you know what I mean? Like I'd put myself in the back of that FedEx truck when that motherfucker turned around, or that one guy that kidnapped those two little girls off those train tracks. I'd be right down there in the woods. Shit like that. That's what I would want to go to. Standing down there. I'd want to be right there at the time, like right there, just before when they thought they were all in the clear. Morgan Nick, all that shit. Man, that one bothered me. I don't even want to talk about that one. That one bugged me, man. I wonder if anybody's got that guy yet. Did he make it to prison? Here I go talking about it. I know. What's it? Well, I don't mean if they got him or not. I was just wondering if somebody whacked him. And I know he went, uh, not really the world, just those people in particular. Yeah, I don't even know why we waiting on that deal. They just need to turn that guy loose. Just turn him loose. Just kick him out of the. Um, just turn him loose in the world anywhere. I think it should be the citizens should once you're convicted of life, on something like that with that kind of. I think you should just get released. You know what I'm saying? You have no rights anymore. Nothing can be held against anybody. There's nothing good enough, though. Honestly, there's nothing. You have to be here before. That's how I got stuck on the future thing or the past. We gotta. Yeah, no more sad stuff. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. Nah, we don't think you're up. Yeah, waiting too. He looks awfully snuggly, doesn't he? See Roxanne get up. You got to go move around some. Nothing really. We're into time machines now. Roxanne getting up, letting her belly move around some. Snake pit? No, man, I don't even know what it would be. Nothing would be good enough. I haven't seen any copperheads over here lately, but it's about this time of year. It's about July. Get into the dog days is when the snakes start showing up. Yeah, they got a nice breeze here. It's keeping the flies off their face. I don't know. I can look at her tail. I thought about making cow treats. Yeah, that'd be a great idea with their head. It's like Rufus's head is 20 something inches across. Believe it or not, they don't like anything on their head. Nothing. If you put a little clothespin on their fur, Rufus will rub a tree till it's gone. Anything. Allison. Oh, we're glad. Well, you never know what we're going to talk about on here. We go from one end to the other of the spectrum pretty quick. I do have the GoPro, and I convinced Paisley to come help me. And I don't know why I said GoPro with that, but we're going to put a light on everybody's head when they're down in the very bottom of the property. We're going to put one of those headlights. We're still figuring out the details to that, but we're going to put a headlamp on everybody's head and then call them all up here to see where they all go. I don't know if we're doing that tonight or tomorrow night. Oh, no, we're going to rodeo tonight. Farm dog. That's one thing as a cow gets older. I don't know if y'all can see that big bone right there, that brisket. You can see Roxanne's. You can tell a lot about the age of a cow, how far that sticks out in front of their chest when they're young. That's not even existed on her or Ruth, but you'll see that big bone, like she's even resting on her. What up, man? Wait, Lauren, Kimberly. We always go to the big one up there at least one night. Roro, yeah, probably at least. Uh, old is Rhonda? She's supposed to be 5 or 6 years old. Not real sure about that. Who said something? Who was it? Somebody being hateful. How old can they get? Um, I'm gonna have to check again, but I've seen a couple cows that were 30 or better. And I think a really good ripe age is 20, 25. Rufus got another couple years before he's maybe 4 more years before he's kind of middle age. Yeah. It all depends on size and living conditions and the way they're taken care of. And do you lift and work out? No, I don't do anything. I have a terrible diet. I take antibiotics and chemicals, and I drink a lot of soda pops. I don't smoke, I don't dip, and I don't do anything like that, but I do um um take somewhat care of mine. Not really, honestly. I'd like to lie about it. I don't take good care of myself, honestly. What's going on, Nikki? Somebody saying something? I can't see the conversation. I can't even see what's going on. I got one comment on my page right now. Moo. The point of being healthy, I think it's so you can live longer, but, you could get hit in a car wreck on the way home. I didn't see it. What was the sometimes also filters comments for me that y'all can see, I think. I have gained a little bit of weight, which is fine. I weighed, uh it was right at 13 when I was born. I weighed 13.4, 13.4, 13.5. I can't remember. It was really big. And then they circumcised me and I weighed 7. Yep. Slipped that in there, didn't I? It's a weird joke, but it's funny. Stuck it in there, man. Nobody was paying attention on that one. Oh yeah, Big Boss is happy, don't you worry. Also, my voice is weird in here with no background noise. It's like me just in your ear hole right now if you're wearing headphones. Like I'm just living inside your head here. I can't stop laughing. My cousin was 12 pounds, son of a bitch. My daughter was 9'5". That was the biggest one of my kids, I think. We heard you. I'm in your head. Who has headphones on right now or ear pods or whatever they're called? I was 9 pounds, 10 ounces. That's a big old baby. I do. Banana. I like to picture people as I'm talking. What's in the I was a preemie. What was your imagination way? I don't even fuck. I don't know what I weighed. Not much. I'm sure my mom probably smoked. I was a 1978 kid. Certain. Both my sons were huge. I know we're going home now. What would y'all think I weigh? Let me just ask that. What do y'all think I weigh? I'm not walking out in front of the camera or anything. Seeing the fucking model thing. See me on 9 billion videos. What do you think I weigh? 225, 205, 168, 150, 210, 175, 180, 180, 185, 180. God dang it, 400, 225. 10 and 2. Um, 220. Oh, we got a winner. We got a winner right here. 230 pounds dripping wet of fucking grown man. Y'all would never believe that I weigh 230, did you? I feel good about it now. Somebody else guessed it too. 5'2", 126. Sounds like an auctioneer. 230 pounds, unfortunately. I've gained a little bit of weight, but not much. Elizabeth says 180. 230. Weighed myself yesterday. And 5'11", dripping wet. I'm not 6 foot. I'm so close to it, but I've tried. Gravity's a bitch, I think. I mean, I'm right at 6 foot. It's muscle and wiener, you're right. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh, you just said muscle. Yeah, it's mainly muscle, I'm sure. 30 pounds of beard. I forgot about the beard weight, Frankie. Man, I can't get the 6 foot mark. My dad always said, have you guys noticed when I quote my father's when the stuff goes off the deep end? You gotta have some weight to you. Like, work around these guys, like, God almighty. Did y'all see this bitch right here land like a 747? Wow. Look at this. Oh, he flew off. Holy shit. You got some did y'all see that horsefly? If that thing had bit one of like a small child in the arm, it'd have bit his arm off. You gotta have some weight to you around these guys, man. They push you around. I've always weighed more than anybody's ever thought. Y'all were pretty close. Like you were 40, most the average was about one, or let's say the average was 200-pound guess. You're supposed to weigh yourself naked. Well, that would be weird at Walmart. I guess I'll try it. Worth a shot. I could probably knock a couple pounds off. Ain't doing it though. Kimberly is like 250. 250 is too heavy for me. I should weigh, I like to weigh about 225. I'll weigh when I get back to working here again. I'll go back down to 225. I usually weigh 225. I've gained about 5 pounds. But even after I built this corral, I still weighed 230. So that took 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I usually lose some water weight during that time, but well, on 250. The thing is, I'm the smallest person or the man in my family. My brothers are all close to 300 pounds and 6'5". So I had to be tough or I would have died. My dad's favorite line was, they rooted him because they're like, what happened to this one, Johnny? He's like, they rooted him away from the trough. That's such a dad redneck thing to say. Or he'd say, that one swam out of the sack when we threw it in the river. Think about having that for your dad. The sack come untied. Thanks, Dad. I am the youngest on the baby. I was eating cantaloupe in the bathtub. Oh, it was cake in the hot tub. You're right. My mom is 5'2", 110 pounds. dripping wet. Guess who I took after? You never eat cake in your hot tub. People are too afraid to live life to the fucking to the fullest. You know what I mean? A hot tub holds what? 200 gallons of water, 300 gallons of water. If you drop the cake in there like I did, just drain the son bitch, start over again. That's why Amanda's always like, I've loosened her up so much, like on different things. Yeah, no, on different things in life, like not sweating the small shit as much, you know? Like, she used to try to pack everything where you go to the beach or whatever, and I'm like, "Who cares? Buy a fucking bottle of some like, you got 3,000 pounds of stuff to haul down here. Like, can we not just not worry about stuff?" No, it was actually wedding cake. That's actually a proven fact, is the one food that wrecks a woman's, sex drive is wedding cake, they found out. So don't let yours eat any if you have one, or if you do get married, don't let them eat it. I think it's the getting married part, actually. That's what does it. I didn't know that. Yep, yep, Stacy wedding cake ruins sex drive, you can't eat any. Oh, there's my dove. It's a giving birth thing. I don't know. I'll try it. So Devin, I see the big boss. Man, you gotta get out of trouble to get back in trouble. You ever think about that? If you never got out, when people say stay out of trouble, do you like direction and turnip green? Nah, don't I like that song. Big boss have too much wedding cake, Brent. Um, at first, but we got that sweated out of her. Gonna get me in trouble, man. We thought about doing a Redford channel too. Nah, we thought about eating them though, and that would eliminate, like, if we ate Redford and this whole family, we wouldn't have to worry about going over there and going live with them. Be like eating a piece of boot leather. Redford. No, but I will, without doubt, unless let me see. Hang on. Before I lie to you guys, y'all hold me to it. Let me look at the weather for tomorrow. Oh shit! Did I miss a call from the damn John Deere guy? Hang on a second. We're waiting on this guy. Oh, okay. Thanks, Nikki. Let's look at the weather. Oh, oh God. Oh God. There's the big boss. Hey, I was trying to be respectful, and people were talking about inappropriate conversation, and I was trying to make sure that they understood where everybody was at, what everybody. And they kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and finally, I just had to be like, "Listen, we're not going to talk about gross stuff or anything inappropriate anymore." And yeah, and see, they made him do it. We made him do it. See? Thank you. Thanks for actually owning up, guys. Did you get me some shoes? Yeah, we're screwed now. We're gonna get another safety meeting after we didn't talk about antibiotics and not taking them or taking them or any of that though. Like you said, don't talk about that. We didn't. We're gonna have a conversational topic thing now. Tomorrow a stray shower, thunderstorm is possible. Okay, tomorrow morning we'll do a Redford. Let's say drink a lot tonight. Hey Brent, born to love again. He's a brand new man. Oh man, we got the movie quoter in here. I have no idea why I'm so interested in Rufus and Redford. I don't either, honestly. He tried selling us a dose of Combiotic. Yeah, I didn't say shit. And these people figured out a way to delete comments. This is AI. If it was me doing it, it was AI. Look, the big boss is a member. She gets special treatment. She's gonna get off here right now. She's jumping off right now. She's hanging up. Delete, delete. I got your four. You got four T-shirts, and you're probably gonna complain about all of them. I already told everybody there wouldn't be one of them that I wanted to wear. I got your comments. You're saying you were singing. They started getting along. Roxanne doesn't get along with anybody when she's eating. I'm here for the party. Let's keep talking. Well, we were about to go over a few Bible verses and um let's see. Hang on. Hang on one second. I'll show you what we were about to do. One second. What hey Tiffany? Hey, I'm here and ready to help. What's up? Well, I'm currently streaming live right now on YouTube, so remember to talk like I asked you to talk so I can pay attention. Absolutely, I've got to. I'll keep it direct and no nonsense, just like you asked. No fluff, just the info you need so you can stay focused on your stream. What do you want to tackle next? Um, do you remember when we were talking about the beach and the Yeah, absolutely. You were down in Alabama near Orange Beach, and we were talking about blue crabs and some of the fishing you were doing. Are you still out there, or is this a follow up from that bull trip? Do you remember the seaweed issue we got into? Yeah, I do. You were dealing with that crazy seaweed surge along the coast, and it was messing with fishing and just making the water super weird. What's the latest on that? Can you give me that update back again and use the language that you used that day? Oh, for sure. So last time it was a total mess. That seaweed influx was ridiculous. Like it piled up on the shore, made the water stink. That's not it. That's not it. But anyways, never mind. What is the what I meant to ask you was what is the verse of the day today? The verse of the day is from Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I hope that brings you some encouragement today. That's pretty solid, actually. Thank you. That's what we were just doing, babe. We're discussing that. And I'm gonna so now don't you feel rude. That's right, amen. That actually was a really good one today. I figured out how to get Tiffany to remember a few things. I gave her a stripper name, Tiffany. She picked her own name. She's pretty handy though, honestly. She doesn't tell the truth all the time, but she's pretty cool. It's pretty nice while you're driving. I know people don't like the AI deal, but she does pull up some um, useful information. I ask her lots of questions throughout the day. I do a lot of Bible verses with her. I do a lot of. I'll tell you something if you want to try it. If you, the ones that have AI or ChatGPT or whatever you have her explain to you. Um, so when Jesus was put into his tomb and the door was closed and the disciples were all scared to death, what the odds were of any of the disciples getting in to remove the body. And she'll explain to you it would have been impossible to have gotten by the guards or any of them to have tried. And also for the linens to have been folded at the end of the bed, um, as if they had folded everything up there because they had left. Babe, we're having a little Bible study right now. And if you actually have her explain it to you, she will actually. So why religion? No politics. Uh, I never said. I never saw any or said any religion. We can speak religion. The bus is punching air right now. Their compound. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I get to pick the rules. Where'd he go? Did he block us? Oh, on the yeah, she's all right. Oh yeah, Ross. Thank God we thought you might have passed away on us, but you're still here. Well, that I mean, that really wasn't religion. That was more. I mean, it was religion, but it was more of like using AI to to prove a point or disprove. That was the thing. Like if you wanted to prove a point, use AI. Will do the calculations for you and say whether it was feasible for somebody to have removed the body. Right? I'm just saying. If anybody's been following along here, so there would have been no other way. She'll blame if you use yours. If you use your AI, she will. She'll break it down to how many people were there, how many people were in the city, how many guards were there, what the clothes were, who were the first people to look in, what they saw, and how it would have been possible for anybody to have put that together. Think about that. Like that's a deep thing for AI to prove. All I'm saying is if AI can prove it to you, um, and tell you how many people were there, it's cross-referencing everything. It's cross-referencing how many people were there, how many disciples were there, how many people were in the town, how many guards were there, what the tomb looked like by photographs. It's cross-referencing every detail of it, not just what you look at. So, Tiffany is a believer. I even made her, um, I even got Tiffany to say there was no other way for him to have been removed from the team. Anyways, babe, glad you could join us for the end of that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a porch swing. Did y'all bring back anything for lunch? Heading out through some antique shop. You seen any of them or them chickens? The chicken on a nest. We're looking for those some bitches all the time. Don't even buy them. We just look for them. We go in, we see it, we go, oh man, there's one. If I spread hay in there, it'd be shit on and wet by the end of the day. One good thing about this is the dirt, it'll dry. You put hay in there, it becomes a wet, nasty mess, and they'll never use it. You can blade this out. I know nobody likes to see them lay on the ground like that, but it actually isn't too bad. I've laid down there myself. Hey, let me tell y'all, who all's married on here? Is everybody married or got a significant other? Is that a weird question to ask? What I'm saying is, call your significant other by their first name all day, all day. Only by their first name. Don't call them anything else. Try it. Try it. See how many times you can call them by their first name, and let me know tomorrow, before they realize and before they think something's wrong. I hate it too. I told Amanda she put the hard B on my name the other day, Brant. And I was like, no, you didn't. Yeah, yeah, single. That's what I was trying to do, just see who all was single on here in case the whole deal goes over sideways with the big boss. Argument gets started. Single. Ooh, and ready to mingle. Widow. What's it called when oh yeah. What's the opposite of a widow? Single? What is it for a guy? Just single? That's fucked up. We got a word for that, but not for that. Widower? Married? Widower. Okay. My phone's about to die, guys. It just dimmed. Just so you know, I'm gonna ride it out though. We're gonna ride it out. We'll see what it's made out of. Dead wife. Ross. Way to tear the bandit. Widower. No shit. You never hear a guy say that. But you hear women. Widower? That's because we always die first. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yep. It's because you pickle yourself. That's right. Don't forget those internal picklings today. Get some chemicals and anything you can think of. Drink some soda pops and take your antibiotics. No, call them by their first name. Like, you don't even realize how many times you don't call them by their first name per day. I don't need to just up his insurance. I need to get life insurance. I think we have life insurance on me. Widower. Y'all's welcome. I'm gonna jump off here because this phone, it must be overheating. Like I can barely see my screen right now. Forgot his first name. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for joining. I'm glad we didn't get carried away today. Remember, tape measure always on the top or on the bottom, not the top. Married. It's such a delay right now in comments. Have a great day, Watson. Y'all have a great day. Ross, everybody. We're gonna try to do a I'm gonna try to do just to see Elizabeth single. I'm gonna try to do a um member only live just to see how it works. So make sure your notifications are on or whatever, and I'll try to figure that out. No, we're not trying to do anything without everybody, but just everybody stay calm. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I tried to explain it during this live. Mike single, cross gay. Oh, gate. Gate. Okay. Oh yeah, the gate. Don't forget the hinges. I know. I forgot that one. Okay, I love you guys. Y'all be good.